at Accumoto and I'm doing a no contact drop off of the 915.
What are you doing?
Oh, got it right. I got a couple of quotes from a couple other shops that specialized in 915 rebuilds. From 0 to 60 Motorsport in Appleton, CS Motorsport in Milwaukee. I wound up going with Accumoto. Their price wasn't the lowest and it wasn't the highest, but they were the ones who initially inspected this car before I bought it and told me that pretty much everything was wrong with it, which is kind of how I got a good deal on this car in the first place, because everything was wrong with it. They are going to be tearing into the transmission this week. I should be hearing back from them tomorrow, so stay tuned. Hopefully we get some good news and they don't find any nasty surprises. Before I go into the details of my transmission rebuild, I just want to go over the basics of what is inside a 915 or 901 transmission. So on the right hand side, you're going to see where the flywheel and the clutch are. That's, you know, where the engine puts power into the transmission. From there, you're going to see a shaft, which is called a pinion shaft, coming from that area to the back of the transmission. Then you're going to see another shaft right below that. That's called the gear shaft. And then below that, there's a third shaft. That is the shift rod. And lastly, the differential is located right here. So my transmission was completely torn down and inspected. There was some good news and some bad news, but they preemptively just ordered everything so they had time to do it and then just charged me for what was needed, which was kind of nice. This was the initial estimate. You can see that it was $1,250 in labor, but the majority of the cost was really just all these parts. New bearings, new gears, new synchros, new sliders, all that stuff. What they actually found when they opened it up was that most of my gears were in really great shape, so I didn't need to replace any of them. You can see as I'm zooming in here that these little teeth are still pointed. So yeah, all my gears turned out to be able to be reused. Here's my transmission during the assembly process. You can see here on the left there's a one-piece bearing retainer. I'm going to touch on that in a little bit. The differential was gone through as well. New bearings on that, and the run out and lash and everything was checked. Here's the differential side cover, so you can see there's a new race pressed into that, and a new race in on the case side as well. This is the tail end of the transmission case, and there's these two bearings that sit right next to each other. And this is a known weak point on the 915 transmission. Can kind of distort over time. Because this case was magnesium, what they did is they peened the edges of the magnesium to shrink the diameter of those holes so those races fit nice and tight. And then to prevent them from coming loose in the future, what I did splurge on was a CMS bearing retention plate. This is a one-piece design that's completely billet and a lot stronger than the factory two-piece design. So this is one of the upgrades that I did internally just to prolong the life of this transmission. Alright, so I picked this thing up from Accumoto last week. Should be ready to go. Have all new hardware on this thing, fresh seals everywhere. The shift fork seal was changed because I saw that disintegrate when I was taking this apart. So yeah, transmission should be ready to go, just need some new fluid. Now I'm just going to be waiting on some parts from the plater and the powder coater before I can start assembling that guy over there. Stay tuned. Thanks for watching.